Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new season in Spain. Yeah, it's about time that we were here. We're back in the Primera Division, and our first game of the season is against Leganes. And you can see it's a top of the table clash because no one's on any points, and for some reason, Leganes and us are at the top of the table despite the alphabet not working that way in real life. Before we get into the game, I've got a lot that I need to run through with you guys as regards transfers. A few you already know about, a few you have no idea about, and I'm quite excited to let you in on what we've done in the transfer market. It's nothing spectacular, but I think that on balance, it's a really good bit of squad building, and for the money that we're spending and paying on wages, I think that we've done very, very well. Caveat being that there are contracts that are up for renewal at the end of the season, and I haven't got the money to do it at the moment. But I'm hopeful that by the time we get to the the winter transfer window, we will have more than enough money in the bank, and all of the players that we have to renew contracts on are going to be playing regularly, so they shouldn't be alienated as far as that's concerned. As soon as I have the money, I'm going to be renewing contracts as we go. I'm not leaving it all until the last minute because that way danger lies. Let's have a quick look in the messages so that you can see who left, and of course the first departure, which is one that is not. Actually, it might be in here. There we go. The first departure, we knew it was coming. It's a sad day for everyone associated with this club as well as those who supported him at Newcastle. Jethro Willems has retired after a long and illustrious career. He was a Champions League and Premier League winner. He won the FA Cup, and in his final season, he also won the Segunda Division with Deportivo La Coruna. He was a fantastic left back in his day. Maybe he was starting to lose a bit of that pace and crossing ability in his later days, but it's sad to see him go, and we wish him nothing but the best in whatever he does next. And I think we all know what he's going to do next. In a year's time, he's going to drink a potion of youth and he's going to come back as a 16-year-old. So, looking forward to that. Now, as far as the other departures, we scroll up. Okay, so the first departure, De Silva, the centre forward, who just wasn't good enough. He never looked like he was going to get a chance for the team, and especially with Berg and Longo in front of him, as well as the fact that Malejo can play as a centre forward. De Silva was just never going to get a game, and therefore he had to go. We ended up selling him for about 300,000, I think, which is around about what he's worth. Not a terrible bit of business, but still he was never going to do anything for us. The next name on the list, Vicente Gomez. This one a little bit more disappointing because of the fact that he was a very young player still and he could have developed into someone that could have done something for us. But with the amount of money that we have to spend on wages, we did need to make room. We were pretty gifted where it came to defensive midfielders, and so I decided that we had to lose one, and we had a very good offer come in for him. I can't remember which club it was now, but they came in and basically paid his release, and that was good enough for us. So Vicente Gomez has left the club. And finally, and this is one that I think you guys already knew about, David Carmona had his release fee paid, and he left under not a cloud, but certainly he fell down the pecking order fairly quickly during last season, with Arbia really pushing up ahead of him as the de facto right back. So those are the departures, and now let's talk about the arrivals because we have a few players who have joined us, and the first one that I want to talk about, if I can. Okay, I believe his first name is Vincent. Le Goff is a French left back who I remember playing with when I did a private save, personal save with the French team who I can't remember the name of right now. That's embarrassing. But we didn't sign him from that team that plays in orange, who I can't remember the name of. We actually signed him from Paris FC, I believe. He wasn't a cheap signing, but he wasn't too expensive either. Wage-wise, very reasonable. He's a regen, so he's going to continue to improve. And actually, I don't know why we're going through those details here, because actually, if I go into my team, I can actually show you the players. Right, so here we go. Here's Vincent Le Goff, 20 years old, can play at left back as well as pretty much all the positions down the left hand side, and critically he can also cover right back as well as centre back. He's already a decent player. He's got good speed, good passing, he's decent defensively. I think he's going to do a good job for us as left back. Whether or not he is the starting left back this season, I think he could very well end as the starting left back for the team. Right back came in for us, Lirola. He is a pretty decent, really quite fast right back. Defensively, not superb, but he is very good going forward. If I need defensive cover at right back, I have Le Goff. Lirola really is a bit of a punt. I'm hoping that this young 16-year-old can do the job for us. And the last signing, Manu Barreiro, who I spent a lot of time looking for a striker who could do certain things for me. First and foremost, he can play on the left and he can play through the middle. He's 193 centimetres tall, ladies and gentlemen. He is an absolute giant, and he has the player skill of heading. And you can see there that his jumping 80 and heading 76. So those things combined, I think we might have a little bit more joy crossing from the flanks during this campaign. And that is pretty much it. We kept Longo in the end, although he's not going to be on the bench as much as he was last season. It's possible that if we get a good offer for him that we might end up letting him go. Him and Barreiro actually very similar in stats. The only real difference is that Barreiro is a better header of the ball. So with that in mind, he's going to be the one that sits on the bench a majority of the time. This is our de facto starting lineup and bench. Obviously, as the season progresses, we might make changes here and there, just to freshen things up and keep the squad, which is still a very small squad, from tiring out too much. Now, that's enough gum flapping. We're going to get into the next match now. The first match of the season. It's Deportivo La Coruna versus Leganes. And here's the team talk that we get every season, where you can hear footsteps and clapping, but you can't hear talking because apparently everybody in this team is a psychic. We might as well skip that. Okay, into the game plan. How's everyone feeling for the first game of the season? And the answer is everybody's great except for Victor Malejo. Of course. I'm bollocks to it. He's playing. First game of the season, we need all our best players on the pitch. His form might not be brilliant, but we need him to do something for us today nonetheless. So the board told me they wanted us to finish 6th. And I was like, not on your Nelly. There's no fucking chance that our team is finishing 6th the year that we're promoted. I mean, how is that realistic? Can somebody tell me how is that realistic? So I told them that we could probably aim for mid-table. I think that the minimum that they're expecting from us now is 13th place in the league. That might be pushing it, to be honest, but that was as low as I could set their expectations. And so here we are. I thought first season in the league we would have been battled bravely against relegation, but there is a chance that this season could end in tears. If we finish... I don't think we're going to be relegated. That's one thing. I think the squad is good enough that relegation is not really a real concern. But what I am worried about is if we finish below 13th in the league, that we could end up being sent on our way. If that's the case, we're going to Newcastle, we'll finish up there, and then we can look forward to the release of Pro Evolution Soccer 2021 season update, and we can get involved with that. Yeah, I don't want to leave Deportivo yet. I want to at least achieve European football for them. And I think that, not this season, of course, but if we can make one or two good signings, depending on the money that comes in for wages through the season, if we suddenly have the money that we can put together a decent squad, I think we could possibly push for Europa League by the end of next season. That's what I'm hoping. Players lining up, we're almost ready to go here. Goalkeeper looking a little bit nervous. Referee blows the whistle and away we go. First game of the season. A new era for Deportivo La Coruna. They're back where they belong in the Primera Division. And immediately I'm noticing a slight difference in the way that these teams play against us. Hello, Berg early on, couldn't get his head to it. Good defending by Leganes. Berg back again, plays it loose. Bonaventura loses out. And they're going to hit us on the break here. My God, haven't they just hit us on the break? And this could be an early goal. No, it's not. I don't know what that finish was about, but I'm thanking my lucky stars. My, we are playing way too high up the pitch for these players. I'm immediately going to make some changes here because I don't like how we were caught out there. Let's drop the defensive line and let's go to conservative pressuring so that we don't get caught. Right, corner, Rodriguez in the middle, Galoppo rises for it, can't get to it, and it's headed over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick. First chance goes to Leganes. It's only really a half chance, but a half chance is still more than we've had so far. So Arbia picks up the ball on the right hand side and brings it forward fairly unopposed. He's got runners inside of him, and he eventually finds Bonaventura, who moves it to Galoppo. Back to Bonaventura, into Momo. Oh, he nearly found Berg. He's going to take one, and it was a good shot from Bonaventura. It forced a save out of the goalkeeper, who's able to push it past the post and out for a corner on this near side of the pitch. And it's going to be Arbia to take an outswinger with his right foot. Plenty of pepper on this one. In it goes. Shibazaki underneath it. Can't get his head to it, but it comes out to Rene. Still summertime, so he's left his magician's gloves at home. Cross into the box. Manages to get it through despite the deflection. Popo. That's good by Bonaventura. Just got a foot to it. Over the top for Malejo. Can't get to it though. Mesa. Out to Rodriguez. Perez in the middle. Good passing play by Leganes. Into Nesri. Through to the middle. No problem for Jimenez. Here's Bonaventura into Shibazaki. It's short for him. He sold him. Sold him very short there. Through to the striker. And it's a goal for Leganes. And that's very, very disappointing defending by Deportivo La Coruna. And En-Nesyri gets off the score gets on the score sheet. Really very, very disappointing defending there. Got the wrong side of Peru, and then just muscled him out of the way to stick the ball in the back of the net for the lead. Jimenez probably actually should do a lot better. It's got right by him. All he had to do was put an arm out. He would have saved it. Okay, so Bonaventura picks up the ball from the kickoff. Shibazaki into Berg. He can't hold it. Tried to shield the ball with his body, but couldn't quite manage it. This is Ruben Perez. Coming together between Javi Montero and the striker. Linesman said that there was a foul there, but they've allowed play to continue for advantage. Rene's been done down this left-hand side. Bonaventura misses out, and oh my word, what a goal. And Deportivo, on their return to the Primera Division, are looking like they are sinking without a trace here. It's a very good finish. And I think I've made a tactical error here. I'm going to go back to aggressive pressuring to make sure that they don't have time on the ball at all. We'll keep the deep line just in case, because I am still concerned about their pace. Unfortunately, it looks like their passing is just as good as their pace. Here's Malejo, and he loses the ball again. And Nesri into Mesa. Bonaventura wins the ball. Well done, son. Bonaventura. Momo. Berg takes a deflection, goes behind for a corner. He's not happy. It's probably his best chance so far to stick something in the back of the net. It's good defending by the Leganés centre-back. So here's Arbia, gets a chance to swing one in this time as opposed to from the other flank. Galoppo pick up on the loose ball. Ah, he's offside, for Christ's sakes, Galoppo. What are you doing, son? Well, this is looking like it's going to be a very disappointing first match back in the top flight. Foul given against Leganés this time. I'll take it, but if it was given against me, I would not be happy. Peru. That was not the pass intended. I wanted Galoppo. And they've done us again. Fortunately, it bounces kindly for us and we end up coming away with it. Unfortunately, Malejo being on a red form indicator means his touch is just a little bit worse than normal. Oh my God, it's going to be 3-0 here. Gotten away with that one. Their passing is absolutely superb in the top flight, and this is only Leganés. I can only imagine what it's going to be like playing against some of the big boys. Don't think we've had a shot. Well, we've had that one shot from outside the box, but you wouldn't exactly call it a chance, would you? Good save by Jimenez. Gives away another corner. I'm not looking forward to seeing the half-time stats here because I've got a feeling that we're being absolutely rinsed. Malejo might have to come off at half-time. I thought Galoppo had that, but he was beaten to the punch. And we are awfully short all over the pitch, it seems. Rodriguez with the cross. Plays it short. Shibazaki to Bonaventura. Unfortunately, the whistle goes at the wrong time for Deport, just as they were looking to hit them on the break. That's half time. 2 minutes. Sorry, not 2 minutes, 2 goals within 7 minutes of each other have left Deportivo looking absolutely shell-shocked in this first game of the new La Liga season. The Leganes have absolutely mullered them despite having less of the ball. 7 shots, 6 on target. Depor with only 2 shots to their name, although really they were both hope more than expectation. We go again in the second half and see if we can do something better here. I'm tempted to turn the attacking fullbacks off, to be honest. I don't know how much they're doing for us. We need to get back into the swing of things here. It's a different type of football in La Liga than it is from the Segunda Division. Ay. Shibazaki does a good job winning the ball. And here's Galoppo bringing it forward. Arbia, Victor Malejo. Arbia again. Back to Malejo. Crossed into the box, takes a deflection. Out for a corner. Rene took a deflection. Nobody could get to it. Galoppo underneath. Montero taking the long way round here. I feel like I'm fighting against my own players for control. That's good foot in by Arbia. He can't stop the man from getting the ball back. Wins it this time. Here's Shibazaki. Galoppo. Into Shibazaki again. Berg. Oh, Momo. Bonaventura puts it wide. Initially good goalkeeping by the Leganes keeper. Montero wins the header, but only finds a Leganes player. Here's Arnaiz. Just can't seem to win a tackle here. As soon as they turn their backs to us, they're impregnable. That's well done by Arbia. He might not have known too much about it, but he got the job done. There's a late challenge on one of the Deportivo players. It's a free kick to the boys in blue. And we're going to look to make a change here. In fact, we're going to make a couple of changes because Victor Malejo is going to come off. I'm tempted to change things up dramatically here. So Jonjo Shelvey and Manu Barrero on his debut come on to try and rescue something for the Blues here. Javi Montero with a nice short ball into Peru. Arbia picks it up. Galoppo. Shelvey. Hey, just winding his foot up to make the pass. Montero should deal with this easily, and does. Out to Rene. That's a little bit too hard for Bonaventura. Of course, the problem is when you play a deeper line, as we are, it means that it's a bit more difficult to get the ball forward because you've got a little bit further to go with it. Bonaventura just can't get the shot away before they close him down. It's a whole different quality of football in this league than it is in the one below, as you would expect, really. I'm going to have to learn all over again, it seems. Shelby to Galoppo. Ah, it's poor. That's so poor from Galoppo, and he's played his team into trouble. And Montero's going to struggle to get to it, and luckily Jimenez is able to pick it up. We've brought on the big striker, we need to use him. Here's Bonaventura on the left-hand side. Crossed in, Barrero. We got something on it, but not enough. Peru bombastically forward. Berg. His first touch is awful. What's going on? It's a confidence issue, obviously. Bonaventura. Berg. Hey. Nothing going right for them, and the time is running out here at the Riazor. There's not any time left to do anything, even if we were to score now. And the time has just run short, and that's going to be it. A very disappointing first game back in the big time for Deportivo. It ends here, Deportivo 0, Leganes 2. 2 goals in 7 minutes, undoing the Deportivo defence. And they had no answer for them up the other end of the pitch. Well, Depor were better in the second half. They had more chances, or at least they took more shots. But it would really be stretching the truth to say that they ever looked like getting back into this game. In the end, it was even Stevens for possession, with Leganes putting together more passes in the course of the 90 minutes. A decent number of crosses and interceptions for both teams. But not a good performance, especially from the likes of Peru and Victor Malejo, who I suppose we shouldn't have played given his form was not great, but I really needed all of my big guns out for the first game of the season. And he just misfired in the end. So there we go. There are the rest of the scores from the first match day of the new league season here in Spain. Real Madrid in a big Madrid derby win over Atletico, and Barcelona beating Racing Santander, the second of the 3 newcomers to the La Liga Santander this season. They're beating them 2-0, a decent performance. Wish the same could be said for our team. And after the first game of the season, we are already in relegation trouble. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that, but I'm certainly very happy that I talked the board down to the lowest expectations that I could. So there we go, that's it for another episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that it gets better. I can't promise it will, but I certainly hope. But until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.